Welcome to a deep investigation into the Parkersburg shooting of 1969, a story woven with power, tragedy, and hidden codes. Our journey begins with two men from vastly different backgrounds, J. Rockefeller IV, born into privilege and influence, and John Stephen Simon, born into modest means but driven by ambition. Their paths, though seemingly unrelated, would intersect in ways that would shape not only their lives, but also the course of American history. As we peel back the layers, we'll uncover how politics, secret societies, and coded messages played a role in a tragic event that left lasting scars. Let's begin by understanding the key players and the world they inhabited. J. Rockefeller IV, born in 1937 in Manhattan, was the heir to a powerful dynasty. His family's name was synonymous with wealth, influence, and political power. From an early age, J was groomed for leadership, eventually becoming a dominant force in West Virginia politics. His rise to power was marked by strategic moves and a network of connections that spanned the highest levels of government. Behind the public image, there were whispers of secret societies and coded communications, tools used to maintain control and shape events from the shadows. Understanding Jay's background is crucial to grasping the full scope of the Parkersburg conspiracy. Stark contrast, John Stephen Simon was born in 1961 in Brooklyn, New York, to a working-class family. Despite limited resources, Simon was known for his self-reliance and determination. His upbringing instilled in him a strong sense of justice and a drive to uncover the truth, no matter the cost. As he grew older, Simon's path would cross with Rockefeller's, not by chance, but through a series of events that seemed orchestrated by forces beyond their control. Simon's relentless pursuit of answers would eventually lead him to uncover a web of coded messages and hidden agendas. Lives of J. Rockefeller and John Stephen Simon became intertwined through politics and a mysterious numerical code. Their 24-year age gap did not prevent their destinies from colliding. The consequences of their relationship would be felt most acutely on August 8, 1969, at Ada's Bar in Parkersburg, West Virginia. This tragic event, shrouded in secrecy, would serve as a pivotal moment in both their lives. As we delve deeper, we'll see how hidden codes and secret societies played a role in orchestrating events that would leave a lasting impact on Simon's family. On August 20, 1969, Ada's Bar, possibly known as the Wheel Club, became the scene of a devastating shooting. Davis Lee Grimm, the shooter, was not acting alone. According to Simon, Grimm was part of a political secret society, and the act was more than a random crime. The shooting left John Stephen Simon's father, paralyzed and changed the course of the Simon family forever. The event was not just a personal tragedy, but a calculated move, marked by hidden statistical codes and secretive motives. This moment would become a reference point for a series of coded calculations that Simon would later uncover. Consequences of the shooting were profound. John Simon, once a hardworking man, was left a quadriplegic, robbing John Stephen Simon of a father and grandmother. The tragedy extended beyond personal loss. It became a symbol of the hidden forces at play in American society. Simon's belief that the event was orchestrated by secret societies and coded messages would drive his lifelong quest for answers. The pain and loss experienced by the Simon family became a catalyst for uncovering deeper truths about power, control, and the use of coded strategies in politics. Simon's investigation began with a simple question: was there a hidden code connecting the events of his life to larger political movements? He started by analyzing key dates, such as the shooting at Ada's Bar and significant milestones in J. Rockefeller's political career. Simon discovered patterns in the numbers, statistical codes that seemed to link personal tragedies to national events. These codes, he believed, were used by secret societies to orchestrate events and maintain control. The deeper Simon dug, the more connections he found, fueling his determination to expose the truth. One of Simon's key discoveries was the use of date-to-date calculations to encode messages. For example, the time between the shooting at Ada's Bar and J. Rockefeller's appointment as chair of the Veterans Affairs Committee was 11,614 days. By flipping certain numbers, Simon interpreted this as a reference to 9/11. These calculations, he argued, were not coincidences but deliberate markers used by secret societies to signal their actions. Manipulation of numbers became a recurring theme in Simon's investigation, revealing a hidden language beneath the surface of historical events. Simon's analysis led him to a startling conclusion: the codes embedded in these date calculations pointed to the 9/11 terrorist attacks. By reinterpreting the numbers, he found repeated references to 9/11, suggesting a long-standing strategy of using coded dates to foreshadow major events. This connection, while controversial, became central to Simon's theory. He believed that his family's suffering was part of a larger pattern of manipulation, with secret societies using individuals as markers in their covert operations. The implications of this theory are profound, raising questions about the true nature of power and control. Recurring technique in the code was the flipping of numbers, turning 6 into 9 and vice versa. Simon found examples of this in popular culture, such as the Twilight Zone episode Dead Heads Revisited, and the film The Pawnbroker. These cultural references, he argued, were not accidental but deliberate signals used by secret societies to communicate strategies. The act of flipping numbers became a metaphor for the hidden manipulations occurring behind the scenes, further reinforcing Simon's belief in a coded conspiracy. Simon's research suggested that secret societies used coded messages and date calculations as part of a broader strategy to influence American society. These covert operations, he believed, targeted individuals like himself as markers for larger events. The use of statistical codes, cultural references, and hidden signals formed a complex web of manipulation. Simon's allegations, while difficult to prove, highlight the potential for unseen forces to shape history through subtle and sophisticated means. Simon identified several key exhibits from the 1964 film, The Pawnbroker, that he believed contained coded messages. These included the Apollo sign, Sol's arm with the numbers 64,304, the pool table scene, and the street location of the pawnshop. Each of these elements, according to Simon, was carefully chosen to convey hidden meanings. The film became a central piece of evidence in his investigation, serving as a visual representation of the coded strategies he sought to expose. First exhibit Simon presented was the Apollo sign from The Pawnbroker. He argued that the sign contained the name SIMON and referenced the act of flipping numbers. This, he believed, was a coded message directed at him and others marked by secret societies. The use of such visual cues in popular media reinforced Simon's theory that hidden messages were embedded in plain sight, waiting to be decoded by those who knew where to look. Second exhibit focused on Sol's arm in The Pawnbroker, which displayed the numbers 64,304. Simon interpreted this as another coded message, linking it to significant dates and events in his own life. The presence of such specific numbers in the film suggested, to Simon, a deliberate attempt to communicate hidden meanings. This exhibit became a cornerstone of his argument that secret societies used media as a tool for covert messaging. In the pool table scene from The Pawnbroker, Simon identified several elements he believed were significant: the arrangement of pool balls, the apartment building in the background, and the sign in the window. Each detail, he argued, was a reference to important locations and numbers in his own life, such as his birth home and addresses. The scene became a visual map of coded references, further supporting Simon's theory of hidden messaging in media. Fourth exhibit was the street location of the pawnshop at Park Avenue and E116th Street. Simon linked this location to his own life, drawing connections between the film's setting and his personal history. The use of real-world locations in coded messaging added another layer of complexity to Simon's investigation, suggesting that secret societies used both time and place as markers in their strategies. Fifth exhibit featured Sol's employee, Jesus Ortiz, with the word Tibbets visible behind him. Simon interpreted this as a reference to the pilot who dropped atomic bombs on Japan, linking historical events to the coded messages in the film. This connection between personal, historical, and cinematic elements reinforced Simon's belief in a vast, interconnected web of coded communication. Final exhibit came from the 1962 film, The Manchurian Candidate. In a key scene, a senator mentions one of four communists as Angela Lansbury raises her left arm. Simon saw this as another coded reference, linking the number 104 to his own experiences and the broader pattern of hidden messaging. The use of such specific details in popular films became, for Simon, undeniable evidence of a coordinated strategy by secret societies. Simon extended his analysis to the release dates of the films themselves. He calculated the days between the release of The Pawnbroker and J. Rockefeller's appointment as chair, finding numbers that, when reinterpreted, pointed to 9/11. Similarly, the release date of The Manchurian Candidate was linked to significant numbers in Simon's life. These calculations, Simon argued, were further evidence of a deliberate pattern of coded messaging spanning decades. Simon's investigation was deeply personal. He noted that he had the number 401 burned into his left arm, a number that appeared repeatedly in his analysis of films and dates. His home address in 2001, 6240 Malvern Avenue, also featured prominently in his calculations. These personal markers became symbols of the larger forces at work, reinforcing Simon's belief that he was being targeted as part of a covert strategy. Throughout his investigation, Simon emphasized the role of media in disseminating coded messages. Films, television shows, and even news reports, he argued, were used by secret societies to communicate strategies and mark individuals. The prevalence of specific numbers, names, and locations in popular media became, for Simon, undeniable evidence of a coordinated effort to shape public perception and influence events. Simon's allegations were bold and far-reaching. He claimed that secret societies used coded messages, date calculations, and media references to orchestrate events and target individuals. His evidence, drawn from personal experience, historical events, and popular culture, formed a complex web of connections. While some may view his claims with skepticism, Simon's dedication to uncovering the truth is undeniable. At the conclusion of his report, Simon called for immediate action from the 911 Commission and Fund. He argued that, as a victim of the coded strategies that led to 9/11, he was entitled to compensation for his injuries and losses. This demand was not just about personal restitution, but about acknowledging the broader pattern of manipulation and harm caused by secret societies. Simon acknowledged that his report was only a shadow of the available evidence. He encouraged others to review his videos and reports for a more comprehensive understanding of his findings. The complexity and depth of his investigation underscored the challenges of uncovering hidden truths in a world shaped by power and secrecy. At its core, Simon's investigation was driven by a deep belief in justice and truth. Despite the obstacles and skepticism he faced, Simon remained committed to exposing the hidden forces that shaped his life and the lives of others. His story is a testament to the power of belief and the importance of questioning the narratives presented by those in power. The Parkersburg shooting of 1969 remains a pivotal moment in Simon's life and in the broader narrative of hidden power in America. The event, marked by tragedy and loss, became a catalyst for Simon's lifelong quest for answers. As we reflect on the legacy of this event, we are reminded of the enduring impact of trauma and the importance of seeking truth, no matter how deeply it may be buried. Simon's journey is ultimately a search for justice, not just for himself, but for all those affected by hidden manipulations and coded strategies. His investigation challenges us to look beyond the surface of events and question the forces that shape our world. The pursuit of justice is a long and difficult road, but Simon's story serves as a powerful reminder of its importance. Despite years of investigation, many questions remain unanswered. The true extent of the coded strategies and the involvement of secret societies may never be fully known. Simon's work, however, has opened the door to further inquiry and inspired others to continue the search for truth. The mystery of the Parkersburg shooting and its aftermath continues to captivate and challenge those who seek to understand the hidden forces at play. Simon's story is more than a personal account, it is a call to awareness. By examining the hidden codes and strategies that shape our world, we can begin to challenge the narratives imposed by those in power. Simon's investigation encourages us to remain vigilant, question authority, and seek out the truth, no matter how elusive it may be. As we conclude our exploration of the Parkersburg shooting and the coded conspiracy uncovered by John Stephen Simon, we are left with a deeper understanding of the complexities of power, secrecy, and justice. Simon's relentless pursuit of answers serves as a reminder that the truth is often hidden beneath layers of deception. By shining a light on these hidden forces, we honor the memory of those affected and reaffirm our commitment to seeking justice and understanding in an uncertain world.